All right, so I'm going to be showing you guys the actual best VC method in NBA 2K25. I've been holding this one back for a couple weeks, and I've told my stream, if you've been in my streams, you guys know that I have been talking about it, but you can make between 75 to 100,000 VC per hour. So yeah, I recommend you guys do this method as soon as you get on. As soon as you see a video, go turn on your PlayStation and do this method while you're watching the video. Now, if you don't already have a build, you're going to want to use this build that I'm going to show you guys in a second. But before I do show you the build, make sure you guys like and subscribe. Share the video. We're on the road to 8,000 subs. I would really appreciate it if you guys could like and subscribe, like I said. Anyways, let me just get into it because there is a lot to explain. So if you don't already have a build, you can use your own build. If you haven't done this, I recommend you watch the video. Then you will determine if you need to make a new build or if you can use your own build. So yeah. Anyways, if you do make a new build, make a small forward 6'5", 250, 6'5". Copy these exact same attributes. This is going to start you off with an 88 3-point shot, which is going to make the method so much easier to do. And yes, the setup for this method is very similar to the prior videos, but there's something different about this method that gives you a lot more VC. So yeah, it's pretty cheese. But anyways, if you do make a new build, the team that I recommend is the Mavericks because it's a challenge to become a starter as a 1-star, and it's the best team, which just makes simulation a lot easier. Now that's very important to remember. So you will have to do 2 seasons before you can do this method. That's the only way to set it up. So it's kind of annoying, but don't worry. I'm gonna try to get this done because after you're done setting up, obviously you're making 100,000 VC so per hour, which is pretty amazing. Now, anyways, coming in, first things first, go to settings, put your game difficulty on rookie if you haven't done this before. Caption replay, action replays on never. Camera cuts off, and then after basket camera cuts never. And then change your commentary language to Spanish. And in this method, this is actually the most useful thing ever. The short press and hold, put it on. It's pretty amazing, honestly. So put your commentary volume off if you don't want the sound, and then drop your audio if you want. But the commentary volume, so you don't have to hear the Spanish if you don't want to hear it. So yeah. Next thing you want to do, put real player percentage on your shooting. Go to your animations, change your jump shot if you haven't. This is just gonna make it easier to shoot. Now you're gonna go to the backstage era, and yes, you're gonna pick the NBA Cup championship again, and you're gonna do this for 2 seasons. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna select it, and then I'm gonna show you what to do in your first game. Like I said, you only need to pick NBA Cup championship for 2 seasons. It just takes 2 seasons to set this up. Then after that, it gets super easy. You'll be able to do everything like this. So just pick NBA Cup championship. Skip this. Talk to everybody you need to talk to. Then go into your first game. Actually, before you go into your first game, make sure you change your minutes per game to 12 for your first game. You don't have to do this in the rest. You can change it back to 5 minutes after the first game. But your first game is very important. This is what makes or breaks the VC method, actually. So make sure you do the first game exactly like I tell you. So yeah, go to your first game. All right, so before you go into your first game, make sure you use the unrelenting and the open season. I recommend those two gold skills, especially with real player percentage. You're gonna be able to shoot 80% from three because of that. So yeah, go into your first game and you want to drop. And I kid you not, and I know it's gonna be annoying, but this only one time. Drop over 100 points. Drop 100, 120 if you want. All right, as you guys can see, I dropped 129 points my first game. Now, that's all you have to do. Don't worry about it. This is the only game you have to try in. It's going to get so much easier after this, but you do have to try because you have to complete a certain quest. And this is the easiest way to do it. So, yeah, make sure you become a starter. Use only your key games and do the quest that it gives you to become a starter. So, I'm going to become a starter and I'm going to show you which quest you get after this, okay? All right, so after you become a starter, you have to go and talk to the coach, and he's going to give you a new quest. He's going to say, franchise player, earn your keep. You have to do this quest. I mean, technically, you don't need to, but there's a very good chance it bugs out your game and you won't be able to do this method, or you're going to have to restart your build. So I would just do it just to be safe. All you have to do is get a teammate grade B minus and 20 points. It's very easy to do. Do it in your key games. It's only 3 games. You should get it done after or with your 5th game would be your 3rd one if you went to the Mavericks with a small forward like I did. So make sure you do that. Then once you do that, I'm gonna show you what to do afterwards. Okay. All right. So once you do earn your keep, you're gonna get a new quest that sends you to the front office. Now, right after the front office, is gonna send you to the my court. Now, I'm gonna get to the my court, and it's very important. Don't worry about this. This is a part of the method. It's nothing wrong. This is actually a part of the method. So yeah, I'm gonna get into the my court and I'll show you what to do. All right, so when you come to the My Court, and here's a little pro tip, by the way, use your gold cart. It's gonna make your traveling a lot easier. Just a little pro tip. Now, all you have to do is talk to Patrick. You can skip the cutscene. You don't have to listen to it or anything. It doesn't matter at all. But the good thing is that gonna get a new quest. It's gonna call franchise player Patrick's Perspective. Now the goal of this quest is to win the championship and complete 2 additional objectives. That means you could either win the MVP, the All NBA team, or Finals MVP. Now technically Defensive Player of the Year, but you won't win that. So this is why you actually have to score over 100 points in your first game. Now that being said, when you do this, by the way, when you unlock this, if you followed me exactly like I did, you should be in your 6th key game at this point. Now for this game, almost all of us are gonna have to lose. So when you do the earn your keep, you're actually able to adjust your lineup, so you can take your best players and put them on the bench and play your next game. Now this makes it so much easier to lose. All right, so once you finish your 6th key game or lose it intentionally, you're gonna get quest completed on top. All you have to do now is change your career features. If you change your lineup and press triangle to put your starters back in the starting lineup, and then change your difficulty back to rookie. And now you close app, and then we're already halfway done to setting up the method. And so that's a good thing. But go back into the game, and then I'll show you what to do. All right, so when you close app, come back in, you're going to be able to sim straight to the playoffs. All you have to do is press square in the schedule settings, and you're going to get stopped for jersey swaps. You can get stopped for GOAT moments. Ignore all that stuff. Just go straight to the playoffs, and you'll be 100% fine. That's all you need to do. All right, once you sim to the playoffs, sometimes you'll win MVP. Most of the time you won't, because SGA usually averages 37, 6, and 7. That's usually what he averages. But that doesn't matter, because you make All NBA first team or second team or third team. As long as you make an All NBA team, you'll be fine. Now, the next thing you need to do is win a championship. That is part of the setup. If you do not win a championship, it's not going to work. So just make sure you sim. And the easiest way to win a championship and sim through the playoffs is to sim 2 games at a time and to pay attention if you win or lose. So, for example, I lost 1 game. Okay, let me take it slow. Let me sim 1 game at a time now, so that they don't get 2 wins. All right, so I wasn't able to explain because I ended up winning everything without having to play. But usually you'll go down 2-0, or the other team will win 2 wins back to back. And so what you do is you go into the next game, and then you walk onto the court, and as soon as the game starts, you press pause or the options button, and then sim to end with no VC. If you win the game, you let it continue. If you lose the game, then you close app. Now, if you want to be a lot safer than that, then make sure you just win the game by yourself by playing it. Those are the 2 options. Now, in the finals, this is very important. You need to win finals MVP. That is part of the method. If you do not win finals MVP, and you also need to win the championship, you're screwing yourself. So the easiest way to do is to sim a game at a time and then look at your stats. So for me, I only got 15 points. That means I have to play the next 3 games, right? If you get a 50-point game in your first game, then you can sim another game. Once you see your stats drop a little bit, go in there, especially when you're playing with Luka, because Luka's always going to average, 20 and 10. That's usually what he's going to average in the playoffs. So unfortunately, these are going to be the 3 longest games. Put it on 5 minutes, get 50, get 60 points, ask out and sim to end with VC for the next 3 games. Very important that you do that. So I'm going to go ahead and win the finals and then show you what to do afterwards. All right, so after the game, just make sure you won the finals MVP. When you go into the offseason, it's going to tell you. So as you can see, I averaged 50. If you want to average 50, that's going to be enough. So it's up to you, obviously. Now, all you got to do is come talk to Patrick, and you're already halfway there to the method being done. It's going to be kind of annoying that you have to do one more season, but the second season is so much easier because you can just foul out of every game. And so for the offseason focus, just put trainer scrimmage. Don't worry about it for this season. Next season, you're going to do something a little bit different, but just run to the arena, start your season. All right, so start off the season, you want to pick the NBA Cup championship again. Now, again, this is the final season you have to do, and then you're going to have the method completely set up, which is pretty amazing. So skip all this. And as soon as you come into the second season, the first thing you want to do is run straight to the practice facility. Now, this is only going to work if you did Patrick's Perspective, because it's going to give you the quest of meet with Donna in the practice facility. Don't worry about the Trouble in Paradise. Don't worry about any other quest. Not at all. So just go straight to the practice facility and then answer your questions. It doesn't matter how you answer them. Just answer the questions, and I'll show you what to do afterward. All right, so when you're done talking to them, all you have to do is sim to your next key game and then repeat the same process of winning or losing your first 5 games, and then in the sixth making sure you lose the game, closing app, and then simming to the rest of the season. So I'm gonna go ahead to the 6th game, and I'm gonna do it again so you guys can see it again, and then I'm gonna show you exactly what to do when the season ends, because this is very important as well. All right, so I actually lost my 6th game now. I'm gonna close app right away. And so you only have to do this 2 seasons, by the way, to set this method up. You have to do 2 seasons. So this is the last time you have to do it. I know it can be tedious, but trust me, after your first season, after the second season, and you start making that VC, you're gonna be so happy. So yeah, check it out though. I'm gonna get back into the game and show you what to do. All right, so when you come back, obviously you're gonna sim to the playoffs again if you make the playoffs. So the cool part about the second season, the reason the first season is a lot more irritating is because the first season you have to win the championship. You have to score 100 in your first game. But after that, in your second season, you don't even have to make the playoffs. So just sim. You'll probably make the playoffs because you won the championship. But don't worry, it's so much easier to get through the playoffs. So I'll show you what to do when you get there. Just sim to the playoff. All right. So once you're done with the season, and again, you do not need to win the championship your second season. I ended up having to just because it was so easy. I legit, pretty much, I almost swept everybody. I only lost one game in the entire playoffs. So it was pretty easy for me, but you don't have to win. Now, I didn't get Finals MVP, luckily enough, which is why you have to focus on getting it your first season. All you have to do now is come and talk to Patrick. It's going to send you straight to free agency, and this is where the method makes it work. And so you have to pay attention here. Do not mess this up. Now, the team that you sign with doesn't matter, but I would recommend you stay on the same team because when this gets patched, you can use this same build to go, and do the 7 season method. Now, I didn't say it because I was zoned out, but you want to pick the FIBA friendly match and then you want to play. Now, the team that I recommend you play against is the Philippines. Now, who you picked on your team doesn't matter. You can throw anybody you want to use, Embiid, Booker, whatever. It doesn't matter who your teammates are. Just play the Philippines, and as soon as the game starts, I'm not even playing when I say this, right? As soon as the game starts after tip off, you want to quickly foul somebody, right? This is part of the method. If you don't do it, it's gonna take this long. It's gonna take longer than it should. So as soon as the game starts, foul somebody. They're gonna put you on the bench before you sim by accident. Press pause, hit save and quit my career. Now this is where the method starts working, and this is how you need to do it. Save and quit my career. Instantly close app, right? And then go to your upload slash download save data. And I believe you can do this on Xbox. I just don't know what it's called. And you want to hit upload on PlayStation. On Xbox, it's probably called something a little bit different. So yeah, hit upload. All right, so after you're done uploading, all you have to do is go into your settings, go to your save data and game app settings, save data, sync save data, and then you want to turn off your auto sync. Now you got to be careful because one day you do want to turn this back on, but don't do it until you're done with the method. Now all you got to do is go back into the game, and I'm going to go back into the game and I'm going to show you why, okay? All right, so once you load back into the game, it's going to put you back on the bench. And all you have to do is pause, sim to end with no VC. It's going to end the game as quick as possible. You're going to win most of the time, but to be honest, that doesn't even matter. But I still think, just for the sake of winning the game, so for your whatever reason, just pick the Philippines. You can pick whatever team you want, honestly. Now, as soon as you're done with that game, you're going to spawn in front of the arena. All you have to do is literally run to the inside of the building. Just press X, or yeah, literally just come here, complete off season, hit X. Now this is gonna take a while to simulate. You're gonna skip every cutscene. All right, so once you get to the backstage area, you're gonna get the quest called Media Day Photo Shoot, and now you have to do this. Don't sim anything. Just run straight outside. You talk to Donna, and then you skip this. It doesn't matter what you pick. I recommend you pick the solo one because you also unlock your endorsement, so you'll make extra VC. And speaking of VC, I'm actually going to show you guys my VC. So I'm going to show you guys my VC, and then I'm going to let it go up. Okay, check this out. Boom, you can see I just earned VC, right? Now I'm also going to collect my endorsements because I probably have some. Yeah, let me collect my endorsements. And this is for the sake of the video so you guys can believe me that this works. So yeah, let me collect my endorsements really quickly. That's like an extra almost 9,000 VC, about 7,600. So bang, I'm at 565. Now I'm gonna close app, and then all you have to do when you close app, by the way, and I'm not kidding, is not that. Upload slash download, and then you just download your save data again. Don't upload it by accident. If you upload it by accident, you'll have to redo every step and then do it again. And I think on Xbox it's actually even easier. All right, so as you guys can see, I reloaded. I'm back in the FIBA game. Sim to end with no VC. And by the way, you have to do it in the FIBA. You cannot, and I know people are going to try to like save the data in the arena. You can't do that. It's not going to work. It only works when you're in the FIBA. So make sure you're in the FIBA when you save and quit and upload your data. Anyways, I'm gonna fast forward. I'm gonna go back into the backstage arena, and then you'll see my VC go up again. All right. So I'm just gonna start here so you guys could see that I'm not lying. Now, actually, you ended up starting at this side. I was wrong. I forgot that. Yeah, you do always start on this side of the arena, so you do have to run across, which is honestly the slowest part about this method once you get it all set up. But anyways, you run outside again, and then I'll even show you my endorsements. Now, the endorsements will not give you any more VC, only the Donna quest, and that's the only quest in the game that gives you more VC, by the way. But boom, collect it. You're gonna get this pop up again on how you want to take your photos or whatever it's gonna say. Just spam X. You don't have to worry about it anymore at all. Might take, and keep in mind the reason it's not as consistent is because sometimes it takes longer to load. But anyways, look at my VC. It's gonna go right back up again. So at 565, bang, 575 or 567. So yep, like I said, and then look at my endorsements. I still have them in here. Like I said, if you collect them, it doesn't work. But that is the VC method, guys. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. That was just proof. All right, so that's the VC method. And I'm going to be honest with y'all. It is pretty game breaking. So you'll be able to make 100, at least you'll be able to make over 500,000 VC if you just spam it. My only advice is that you do not make over 1 million with it. So pay attention to how much VC you start off with and do it right away. If you're watching this video and it just barely came out, do it right away because this is definitely going to get patched. It's not going to last long. It might last 2 days, might last 3 days. I don't know, but it's not going to last long. So make sure you take advantage of it. And also, like I said, do not abuse it. Now, that being said, that's the end of the video. And for those who fast forwarded, yeah, you have to go back. I'm sorry. I apologize. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that VC method. I was holding on to this one for a while. Someone else had shared it with me. But I realized reading comments that somebody, else had figured it out. And so I was like, all right, you know what? Let me upload the video before it gets patched and I never make a video on it. So that's why I'm making the video. But don't worry, the person who shared it with me, I DM'd you on Discord. Just answer me and I'll hook you up with some VC for sure. But that's beside the point. Anyways, God bless you guys. Jesus loves you. Make sure you guys take care. And I hope to see you guys here again, So take care, okay? Goodbye.